Hi everybody. So I'm back today and going to be talking today about dark circles. I last night discovered that I have now 2 subscribers on my YouTube channel and I'm so excited about that. And so I decided to celebrate and had a couple cocktails last night, and yeah, I kind of woke up this morning going, ooh. So have some little dark circles going on, and I thought I would go ahead, and what a perfect time to do a video about concealer, under eye concealer, and all of that kind of thing, because that was a product that for a long time I thought you had to spend a lot of money to get a good one. And I've been playing with a lot of drugstore brands lately and have been really excited about it. A lot of it has to do with how you put it on, I'm discovering. So anyways, first of all, a little bit of a remedy for the dark circles. I have here my cold compress that I will be putting on here in a moment. I have my strong cup of coffee. Love coffee. I can't tell you how much I love coffee. And then a product that I have been actually using for years. My mom bought this for me years ago. She buys the best presents. Probably, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago or so, she bought me this product random. I don't know where she came across it. It's from a company called 100% Pure, and this coffee bean caffeine eye cream. And just a second ago, when I was looking at it, I use this almost every day, and I have for years. And actually, most of the time I use it in the morning. I put it on under my moisturizer, and then I actually use this at night all the time too. I love the smell of it. This company has changed their product or their packaging a number of times actually over the years, but I love this stuff. What I found kind of funny was when I was reading the front of the tube just a little bit ago, I noticed, oh, it actually specifically says for dark circles and puffiness. And I was thinking, well, I use it, but most of the time I don't have dark circles. Haha. Maybe because I use it. So maybe this stuff actually really works. Most of the time, you know, if I just get a good night's sleep and drink a little water, I don't have too much of a problem with dark circles. But yeah, so maybe this is actually why. Like I said, I love this stuff. So I am going to go ahead and put some of this on, chug down half my cup of coffee here, and set with my cold compress on my eyes for just a moment to sort of help with the puffiness. Using it nice and cold. I don't put ice in it or use something out of the freezer or anything that's just a little too cold. But anyway, so I'm going to sit here for a moment and gather myself, and I will be right with you. Oh, feels so good. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about under eye concealer. For a long time I actually didn't use it because I just sort of assumed it was a product that you needed to buy a higher end one really to do anything. And I think the few times that I did use a drugstore brand, I was doing 2 things wrong. One, I was not using enough because, you know, more is always better. And I tended to, I think, put it on and then pretty much in my applying it, I just pretty much smear it all around and end up wiping it all off. And so, you know, using 2 little tiny dots of it and then smearing it all over it, I think I just wasn't getting a result from it because I wasn't using enough product, and then the little bit that I was putting on, I was just wiping right back off with my finger. So I've learned a couple different techniques excuse me, that I will share. I also have this little product. It's also a Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It's got a funky little like puffy ball tip on it. It's kind of different, but I actually really like this. This was one of the first drugstore products that I bought, and yeah, you just kind of blot it on. Kind of a funny story. I assumed being you know, crafty also and buying pens that you have to kind of like get started. I assumed this was one of those that you like push down a whole bunch of times on the tip and that it would pull the product up. So after doing them, it wouldn't work. And I was so irritated thinking, oh, sure, I bought a broken one and I'm so mad. No, you twist it. You twist it and that draws the product up into it. And so, yeah, fortunately I discovered that before I took it back to Walgreens or wherever I bought this and was like, this is broken. So, this is tending to be my kind of favorite so far of the drugstore. This is by NYX. And I cannot give you any more information on that because if you will see, all of the writing on the tube came off, and it was kind of weird. It took me a while. I would every once in a while, and yeah, here it is again. I would be sitting here doing my makeup and all of a sudden I'd be like, where is all this black stuff coming from off my fingers? I couldn't figure out. I thought for a while it was a brush. No, come to find out, it was all the print on the side of this. I've never heard anyone else mention that, but yeah, mine's all gone. So I don't know what this stuff is called. I don't know what color this is. I don't know. I'll find it out and put it in the information below. One of the things I also do is NYX makes this little pot of stuff called Dark Circle Concealer. There are actually two different under eye type of products. One is a concealer and one is a brightener. So typically I don't have to use too much concealer because like I said earlier, I don't have a lot of problems with dark circles under my eyes all the time. So, however though, when I do this stuff, I bought it in kind of an orangey color, and I think orange is supposed to, or peach, excuse me, peach is supposed to be a little more concealing and hiding some of the blue tint under your eyes. And so sometimes if I have an excessively dark kind of day going on here, I will pop a little bit of this before I put my other concealer, because doing my whole eye of just this would be way too orange. It's, like I said, it's very peachy. But anyways, so you'll kind of see it took away a little bit of the blue right there. So that that helps a little bit. I am just using, I don't know what kind of, this is an IT brush there again. The writing on it is so small, I couldn't even tell you what kind of brush it is. I don't really tend to go with brushes that say, oh, like this brush is for this. No, if it works for me for this, this may very well be a lipstick brush for all I know, and I'm using it for under eye stuff, but it works for my under eye stuff, and that is what I am using it for. So anyways, like I said, I'm just going on and patting some of this on, not doing it too carefully or precisely or whatever. So first we're going to try this product, this NYX product. This is, like I said, this has been one of my favorites lately. I think if I were to buy, next time I buy, I might go one shade darker. If I remember right, I think this is a number 1, and I might go to a number 2. When you're picking out your under eye concealer or brightener, don't do the same color as your foundation. Go a shade lighter. That will kind of bring more light to your under eye area, because the point is not to get it to blend in necessarily with your concealer and the rest of the face. I like to do brighter, so it makes all of this area brighter. And then I put a little tiny bit, isn't this pretty? Put a little tiny bit under my eye. But like I said, I use a lot of this these days, and it is just that way. I kind of feel like if I work some of it off of my, I'd rather try to do that than have to do 2 or 3 layers of this. But yes, I realize this looks extremely weird and all of that. So let's get into blending this in. I have here just a little brush. This one's a little fluffier than the one I was just using. And I take and paint this all over, not in the eye, but all over the under part. And instead of trying to like smear it around, I try more to do a patting motion, getting it up into this area. Okay, I'll admit, I think I may have gone a little crazy here. There's a lot of this on here, so let's, okay. We'll wipe a little bit off. All right. So, like I said, as much as this looks a little bit crazy right now, it will actually blend into the rest of my concealer and kind of be a nice bright eye. So there, if you can see, took away most of, you know, all of the dark circles and that type of thing. And I do always press it up into here. So this is the NYX concealer. Maybe a little bit on the light side for me. Like I said, I'm curious to try the next one, the next shade down next time I purchase it. The next product I think I'm going to show you is this one. It's, like I said, this is the one. It's a Maybelline product, Age Rewind. Got a little bit of a funky tip. I've never seen another product with something like that. But anyways, you, like I said, you twist it and it draws the product up into this little, I don't know what, I'd love to know what the company, what they call this, because I call it a little fluffy ball. I don't know. That doesn't sound very technical to me, but that's what I'm going to call it. It has a little fluffy ball on the top of it, and I can actually see the product where it draws it up into it. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do just pretty much the same thing. I smear it under there, and I always dot just a little bit on the lid. This particular shade is probably maybe a little bit darker. I would be curious to see if they had where the next shade lighter is, to see if that would match a little better. But this shade is, oh, light / pale. Anyway, so this one blends in a little more with my concealer once I put it on. But I do, as odd as I think the packaging is, and as odd as I think the little, like I said, fluffy ball, for lack of a better word, is, I really like this product. I feel like I can really get it exactly where I want it, and I don't have quite as much blending to do. So anyways, so these are what the two sides are looking like. I know, you look and you're kind of like, dude, you look crazy. Yeah, you're right, I do. But once I put on my foundation, it will blend this all out and it will look much better. One of the other steps I've been working with lately is what is kind of called like under eye setting powders. I've actually been a little obsessed with under eye setting powders, because before this project, before starting my play project here, I'd never really heard of them, and I just assumed powder was powder. Well, apparently under eye powder is different. I think it's probably finer, and it's not supposed to set in your crease and blah. But hey, we're trying it. So the first one, I think I'm going to do one on one side and one on the other side, kind of like I did with the concealer there. Most of it, like I said, is really, really fine. And so it makes this big fluffy powdery mess. I don't know if that is being able to be seen on camera, but yeah, it makes a huge mess. I love this brush. So this brush is a Sephora brush, and it is a Pro Contour, little words, little print. Oh, that's all it says. Pro Contouring, number 79. That's what it is. It is a Sephora number 79. Sephora brushes to me are okay. I don't actually believe that you have to spend a lot of money on brushes. I have some E.L.F brushes that were like $3 that work just as well. I don't tend to be loyal to one particular brush company, but this particular brush, I love the shape of it. I like how it's a little more domed. Anyway, so I just go through and dot that all right along here. And what I try to do as I'm doing this and before I'm doing this, I have one like little crease, wrinkle right under my eye that loves to have the concealer sink into it. So I try really hard to kind of like do this right before I put on my powder to get that line as smooth as possible, and then go ahead and apply this powder. So then I'm going to try that one that I just did. There was the E.L.F product, and this is MAC, and I'll put down below what actual product this is, because I don't know, because I went into the MAC counter and I had already kind of spent some money on these products, and hadn't really found something, like I was still kind of experimenting with them, and I was there buying a different brush. Oh, I was actually there buying this brush for the same purpose, under eye. This is their brush 19. Oh man, dude, let's make sure. Oh, glad I did. This is brush 133. I do have to say, I love MAC brushes. I don't know that I've ever bought a MAC brush and not liked it. Anyways, I will list down below what this MAC product is. Before I got off on a tangent there, I had just gone in and was asking one of the people behind the counter about it, and just ask if I could get a sample of it. You know, there again, it's an expensive product, and I was already buying an expensive brush, and so I figured, well, I'll see if they'll give me a sample of it, and they did. And I will have to say, I do like it. It works. It seems to do whatever it is it's supposed to do. However, I don't know that it works any better, or any worse for that matter, than the product that I just put on this side. And I don't know the exact price of this one, this MAC that I'm using, but I am going to guess, guessing game. I'm going to guess $28. I will put the information down below, but like I said, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but this MAC product was, you know, probably $28 or so. And the other thing that I used, I think this was like $3. Really? That's a huge difference. And it's not like I notice a big difference on my eyes. So anyways, we'll go ahead and put both of those. So there you can see, you know, inexpensive, expensive, although the concealer underneath, both of them are inexpensive. So the one last tip that I have for all of this, this has always been my holy grail of dealing with dark circles, because even if I don't have dark circles under my eyes, a lot of times I tend to get very blue in the corners of my eyes. And this is a tip that I got at the MAC counter years ago, and I have used it. Well, this is probably the, as you can see, I'm almost out. This is probably the 10th one of these that I've bought. This is a great tip. This is actually, let's see if it says it on the bottom because it's so worn out. I do know the color. This is actually MAC eyeshadow, and it comes just in these little pots like this. It is nothing special other than just an eyeshadow, and it is in the color Orb. So what I do is when I feel like those corners are getting a little too blue before I put on any other eyeshadow, I go ahead and pop that right into the corners and do that on both sides here. Just like that. I love this trick. It's one of these will last forever. They put a ton of eyeshadow in their little pads. Anyway, so I think this is a great tip. And in all honesty, if I'm in a hurry and I'm just like, you know, I just want to throw some makeup on and get rolling for the day, and I feel like I need a little extra bright eye concealer, I honestly think this is one of the best things out there. Like I said, I realize I look a little freakish right now because I have my under eye bright and nothing else. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up my concealer. I might pop back on here and show you at least what it looks like with my concealer on, not the rest of my makeup. But anyways, I hope this information was useful to you. Like I said, I don't think this is one more area that I don't think you have to spend a lot of money. I actually don't think you have to use a ton of products. Although I did today, we had the, you know, the peach concealer first, and then the under eye concealer, and then the setting powders and all of those things. At the same time, like I said, this little kit right here, magic trick, it works just as fine as well. So that is kind of my take on that. I don't think that you have to spend a lot of money. If you want to spend money, maybe a brush, a nice soft brush, that would probably be, and brushes, you know, a good brush will last you forever. But then again, I have some really inexpensive, like $5 brushes that I've had for years as well. So maybe that's bad advice. Don't listen to that advice. Use whatever brush you want. But anyways, it was a little rambly, and but I hope that at least the, you know, lesson, that was the word I was looking for. The lesson here today is you don't always have to spend a lot of money. So anyways, I hope you continue to watch and stay tuned with me, and yeah, all of that good stuff. I would love to see a couple more subscribers, actually would be awesome. So anyways, this is this is it for the day. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi everybody. So I thought I would pop on here real quick and just let you see I went ahead and put the rest of my foundation on. I don't have any blush or highlighters or contours or anything else on. I just wanted to kind of show you real quick that indeed the eye brightener products that I used here did in fact, blend right in, and now I have nice bright under eyes. That's my take on it. Hope you all have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.